Counting down the top 10 for this week, the number 1 song is...
Well, Miss Edel's so...
No!
Still have one as a turning cut!
Peppermint Patty's invited herself, Marcy, and Franklin over for Thanksgiving dinner.
Don't you know anything about Thanksgiving dinners?
Thanksgiving is more than eating. We should just be thankful for being together.
Mashed potato, do the candied yam, do the funky turkey, cause it's time to jam. If you don't wanna dance, baby, that's alright. Do some non-stop shopping to work up an appetite. Make your Thanksgiving one long meal, cause the more you eat, the more grateful you are gonna feel.
Yes, the cranberry sauce. We're having mashed potatoes. Ooh, the turkey looks great.
Len.
Thank you for loving me.
Len.
Thank you for being there.
Oh, God.
Everyone's thanking.
Len.
The whole world's thanking you.
Stop.
Thanking
Len.
us for thanking
Stop.
you.
Len.
Kill the turkey.
Please.
I liked it.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, this is the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views and all the episodes I must review. Boy, does it actually feel good to come back and actually review a Loud House episode, especially on the time of Thanksgiving Day, which I gotta say, happy Thanksgiving to all YouTubers that are actually watching this review and about to get into what I'm going to review on this special Thanksgiving Day. Pressure Cooker. This one is the second episode from Season 8, and above all, the 335th episode. I've been waiting so long to actually do this one, but honestly, at the same time, I kind of wasn't looking forward to actually reviewing this one. Seeing how the fact that the plot reserves to be in Clyde and Nana Gill, I mean, honestly, Nana Gill is actually one of my favorite minor Loud House characters. These two actually decided to get their own food truck together, which I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. I think I've seen and heard about this kind of plot before, especially in an episode called Forks and Knives Out, even with a bit of, oh my gosh, a dish come true. But wait until I get to my conclusion, I'll let you know what I think if it's anywhere near these two episodes. But anyway, I actually decided to bring one of my favorite Clyde McBride guest stars on today's episode review, and we all know who he is.
Hey-o, everybody! Hey, Critic. Good to see you again.
Will you remind me again why we brought him?
I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen this one before. But I am actually interested in watching it for the first time.
Where's the supervision around here, especially with this guy being around the place? It felt like they can actually do anything. I mean, did they just fire Sue? And this big guy playing that air horn, he could have given somebody a stroke or a fucking heart attack. I don't know what the fuck Scoot sees in him. Can tell you one thing they mostly have in common. Future herpes.
be potluck at Sunset Canyon, which I love because they always serve my favorite meal, one of everything.
Kind of like an all-you-can-eat buffet kind. You know, my group and I, we actually do our potluck every around time when it's Thanksgiving. Either we're doing appetizers, a single meal, or actual dessert. Finally, Lincoln's actually getting some respect at actually getting a big-ass turkey leg. I don't see why Clyde gets so much the big stuff back in this to cook, but suddenly, whatever turkey they slaughtered had to be a big, giant bird.
Here's to heroes. Here's to friends. Here's to dinner.
How much longer?
Oh, it should be any second now.
I'm waiting.
It's potluck night. Why don't you guys have plates full of food?
We're not eating because we don't want to fill up before...
Dessert!
Woohoo!
Yes! Yes! Move at your farts!
Wow, for being a bunch of old people, they know how to move quick. And I'm pretty much certain of them eating so much all that dessert, I'm sure that's not going to catch a bad health problem.
Go see more!
I made butter cookies!
Cookie! Oh, thank you.
I'll take as many as I can get.
Really, Albert? You're not going Ebenezer Scrooge on these people, are you?
I mean, they're for Myrtle.
I really wish Rita was actually there to do that. Because her doing that with that kind of facial expression, it kills me every single time when I think of that.
Ah, I get it. It's all about dessert. I made chocolate eclairs.
Oh, wow!
Oh, yum. You know, I'm pretty much a dessert-making person myself, especially thanks to the new Willy Wonka cookbook.
I've never seen such deliciously animated food since Club SpongeBob. Oh, yeah.
Who needs teeth when these melt in your mouth? Oh, yeah.
Ugh, nasty.
I don't want to see this shit while I'm reviewing.
That is just sickening. I really hope I didn't offend anyone just by saying that.
That's really fucking disgusting. Somebody eating something without their fucking teeth in.
And nothing's better than your better cookies, Gaius. Hey, wait, you know.
It is somewhat a damn shame that he's still alive after all getting so much the abuse in this scene.
You two should open a bakery. Then you could share them with the world. Or Royal Woods, at least. Oh, I love the idea of a bakery.
That's like my favorite personal dream I like to do in my new home, to open up my own personal candy and dessert shop. And you can clearly almost eat anything in the room.
There is no life I know to compare with your imagination.
Can you imagine us in business together, Clyde?
I can, and I'm doing it right now.
Too bad I don't have the money to rent a space in town.
And I can't withdraw my retirement savings for another 55 years.
Clyde's pretty much a smart, clever boy, but then again, there's sometimes he's a little bit over his head. I had an idea, but suddenly it just hit me like it's not even gonna work. Especially when something like this already happened with him and Lincoln in the cookie business.
What about opening a food truck? Everyone knows the future is mobile. That's why I have wheels on my DJ stand. Somebody stop those beats!
You're not getting your goddamn paycheck for this one.
Speaking of paycheck,
Find out who he is and what they're planning.
Understand?
I'm on it, sire.
Now get the hell out of here!
and you can fix my fucking rail when you get back too, dickhead. But anyway, Nana, Gail, and Clyde decided to go with the idea.
But where are we going to find a truck?
I got you covered.
Go clean yourself up. You disgust me.
Ta-da!
That's very impressive. I'm sure women find it adorable.
Sunset Canyon's old travel bus, the Wrinkly Rider. It's been sitting here getting rusty and dusty for years.
It's amazing how that thing is still actually around and they haven't even towed that thing away when it's actually been there for years. I mean, what are you people thinking? Are you guys just too lazy or are you guys just too damn cheap to even get rid of it? But Nanagale and Clyde decide to take the offer and actually bring Lincoln and his sisters to actually bring up and fix up the actual damn bus, along with the help with Lynn Sr. loaning a couple of refrigerators and even Harold actually painting it up. Now, something like this, I can actually say is actually pretty much useful to actually use the Loud Sisters in just to come and fix up something and not take up so much of the big chunk of the episode just for filler or pointlessness. And it's amazing how Lori was actually still around here. Then again, this episode did come after Homeward Bound.
This is so exciting. What desserts are you gonna make for your food truck?
Quick and easy treats. Cookies, brownies, lemon bars.
Really? I was thinking more of a French patisserie. Classic tarts, macarons, and creme brulees.
You know, in my defense, when I have to cook desserts, I could either do the chocolate waterfall bun cake, the mini cherry cheesecakes, salted caramel truffles, almost anything that would make me feel like I'm Willy Wonka himself.
You've never had chocolate like this.
Those sound delicious, oh, but their prep time is really long. We need to be able to move quickly.
Yes, but something good is worth the wait.
Uh-oh, I'm starting to sense tension around between these two. Like they're really not seeing so much eye to eye to be on the exact same page. You ever heard of the moral of the story, the tortoise and the hare? Think of that.
Well, you can decide that later. Why don't you just start baking? I'd love some lemon bars.
That was kind of a bit supportive. But Clive and Brian Nanagale decided to get on baking. Can anything get worse than Loud's going back to Scotland again?
Here we go. Lemon bars. 1 cup of sugar.
Yummy. 1 cup mini chocolate chips. I need 1.5 cups of flour. Gee, I already used that. I don't think I need any more. Bullseye. Okay, eggs, do your stuff. It's time for baking powder.
What the are you doing, man?
We need to measure. Baking is all about precision.
To me, it's about instinct and feeling. Letting the lemon bars tell me what they need.
A little bit of sugar, a little bit of butter. It's the perfect recipe. Hey,
Ah, more sugar.
Have you lost your mind?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody in Royal Woods is not going to have bad high blood pressure after having that much in whatever you're baking. But I'm pretty sure people in Ethiopia would actually be satisfied with that.
Simple sweets.
Yeesh, fancy treats. Indeed.
Uh-oh, I don't like where this is actually going to end up in. I think Harold and Howard better say something.
We should probably step in before this gets out of hand.
Pussy.
What the fuck? You two are just going to walk away from this and watch your own mother and son get their asses kicked? No support? No backup? Nobody's got Nanagale or Clyde's back.
Ain't this a bitch? Just fucked up with you.
Wait! I know how we can solve our menu dilemma. The food truck has 2 windows and 2 stoves, right? Let's each take a stove and window and bake and sell our own treats.
That's a great idea! Whichever desserts sell more, simple or fancy, will be our permanent menu from then on.
May the best desserts win!
This sounds like a good bonding teamwork, but at the same time, something is bound to go like in turns for the worse. I mean, it's not too late for Clyde to actually learn from what he experienced with his best friend before back in season 2. Then again, the writers have no experience of what they learned back in the old seasons. And they still continue to shit on us and melt the minds of little children. So now that we come to Tall Timbers Park with Nanagale and Clyde actually selling their bakery goods, I don't know about you guys, but somehow Clyde deserves to actually be in France, because honestly, it feels like he's like honoring and worshiping it, as if things didn't get so cringeworthy enough and don't ask cargo when he didn't even want to go to France, when honestly, he should have.
Seems kind of quiet over there. Meanwhile, you'll notice I have a line of customers.
That's because your desserts take forever.
What?
While you've been waiting for your molten chocolate cakes to cool, I just sold out of bear claws.
What a moron. I don't know who taught Clyde how to cook, but honestly, he better start getting better and start improvising his dishes. So while he gets to go check on his bakery goods, Nana go get so much the customers. Nothing like squeezing the cream filling from your hands. Oh, don't take that in a sexual way. But the look that he has on his face, I can't imagine that's how he's gonna look like when he turns old and gray.
2-for-1 macarons at my window.
3-for-1 brownies back at my window.
Free poached pear tart when you buy a plum galette.
Oh boy, oh boy. I know that sense of feeling and that repetitive plot line that actually happened like this before. And I really don't like where this is actually going, especially when I'm starting to feel a rumble. No, seriously, Mike, I do feel an actual rumble. It's like underneath my feet. What is going on here?
Well, I'm the nostalgia guy, remember? So you don't have to.
Nostalgia critic? What are you actually doing here in this Loud House episode review?
Well, I was summoned to see the Loud House Critic because you wanted to ask me about something.
Oh yes, there was something I was meaning to ask you right before you left during the broadcast, Blue, when you and I first encountered each other. Hang on, there was something I did wanted to ask you. Okay, Nostalgia Critic, so if you didn't want to review so much the Loud House movie, how is it that you actually reviewed the other Nickelodeon shows that were movies like The Rugrats, SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, and maybe I could just give Doug a bit since it used to be on Nickelodeon before it became Disney. How's you reviewed some of these Nickelodeon movies but won't even so much destroy the Loud House movie? Especially if you're best known to tear down bad movies and television shows.
Because I grew up with, Doug and Ren and Stimpy and Rugrats and stuff like so I have a little bit more of a familiarity with it. I could watch Loud House, but there's so many episodes, and I do know it has a very dedicated fan base, as you proved. So I feel like if someone's going to talk about it, it has to be someone, maybe like you, that really has an understanding of the show and has time to watch the show, because when I do a movie, that's a lot easier because it's only an hour and a half. When it's a show, it's a lot of episodes, so yeah, sadly, it's a time issue mainly.
Okay, so that makes common sense. It really makes perfect sense about why, so, I guess so many people will actually get to know about why this is even happening. I completely understand now.
Now, if that is what you call me here for, I guess I can be on my way.
Oh yes, happy trails to you too, Nostalgia Critic, and thanks for the extra opinion. It was kind of very much helpful for me to understand.
What can I say? You're welcome. Funny, I just did a Moana reference, and that has a good sequel. You haven't seen the sequel yet, but I'm assuming it's good. See you around, Loud House Critic.
Such a nice guy to actually show up to actually help me out on a few occasions. I think him and I should actually collab to actually do that movie. Then again, Nostalgia Critic does Nostalgia Critic, I'll do my Loud House Critic style. Now then, where was I?
It's raining free chocolate chip cookies over here!
I'm giving away whole butt cakes over here.
Okay, we need to step in and stop this.
Ugh, there they go again. The Loud House Critic said you two were better parents than Ren and Lita.
You are cowards.
Lincoln, I've got a code Scarlet. Oh, the competition between you and Nana Gale's gotten heated, and you want to prove to her that your way's better, so you need me to get you more customers? Yes, and you thought we wouldn't need that code.
I think it's best if they never had that code again, especially what they did back in Season 2 when they were against each other at Flip's Food and Fuel. Yeah, you'd think Lincoln would be so much of a voice of reason about him learning his lesson from that one, but like I said before, the writers and director don't learn shit.
Don't settle for simple. Get your fancy pants pastries on the other side of the bus.
Survey says...
Spinning simple tunes for peeps who like simple treats, which are on that side of the bus!
Really? You brought Tyler to this? Are you fucking me?
Well, this just got interesting.
Oh, don't answer that. Don't you fucking answer that. No homo. I really meant to say, are you fucking kidding me?
I have a friend too, you know.
You consider Tyler your friend? Fuck, that's not even your friend at all. That's Scoots' love mate, and most likely gonorrhea giver.
Sorry. Did you need the cinnamon? Oops.
No, just the butter. All of it.
I never thought I would have to bring this back for this episode, but here we go.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Dip some cooking oil. I'll get the cornstarch.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nope.
God damn it!
Give me that pot.
It's mine! Wait, you guys! What?
Yeah, Tyler's standing like a fucking jackass and not do anything about it. Doesn't your freaking little DJ pad had some wheels to it? Why is so much the macho tan blonde hair guy so much useless?
Survey says...
See, these two have no idea that they're actually going shit down a hill? And the fact that their emergency brake is actually off, that they have no idea about that they're actually going to crash or actually kill someone down their path? But then again, they're too clouded from actually being the best.
Not today, cruel world.
Oh my gosh, he just got so lucky to get out of the way much quicker, because honestly, that could have been so much worse, especially after when he said that. No, that's not what really happens to Seymour, but Scoots actually does end up hitting him. But things don't get so much better as Nanigale and Clyde are still bitching and fighting over their own dish. As if common sense hasn't even hit them in the head.
Add 1 cup lard.
And now for the Lord. Oh, the last of the Lord.
Ah, so this is where they're actually going to put it in this episode. I had a feeling that it was somehow in the title card of what it was going to be about. Talk about the last minute of adding in something that really didn't contribute nothing to the plot.
I saw it first!
It's mine!
Now see what you done? You cost us our breakfast.
I cost us our breakfast. It was your fault.
Relax, goddammit!
What happened to us? Running the food truck together was supposed to be fun.
We sure made a mess of it. Literally. I'm sorry, Clyde.
Oh, don't worry about Nanigale. It's not yours or Clyde's fault about this episode. It's the people who actually worked on this episode that made you two be like this.
I find it sweet that they're still on decent terms despite how overly competitive they're being.
I don't know why we got so competitive. There seems to be tons of customers for both simple and fancy desserts.
Exactly. I know this has nothing to do with anything, but this episode is one of many reasons why this show made me realize how important diversity is.
And personally, when I think of Nanigale, I think of my own grandma on my mom's side of the family. And looking at Nanigale, it kind of reminds me how Octavia Spencer would have actually played this character. Because honestly, I could just see her face kind of be like Nanigale. I mean, have you seen how Octavia Spencer acts in movies?
What if we make both? Why did we not think of that in the first place?
Because we've got better for brains.
I will hold you and help you stand. Feel the love that's all around. God's love showering down.
Oh, it's that warm and fuzzy feeling again.
That's a good heartfelt moment of them hugging, and that was a real good joke that Nanigale delivered. She ought to do something with Lou Ann, because I'm starting to feel Nanigale's got good jokes.
Come on, let's get back to work. Huh? What? What in the name of Julia, child?
How did we get on a boat?
I'm not exactly sure how you guys got on that boat, but honestly, you guys were actually going downhill and going through the streets and almost killing somebody while the emergency brake was off. I don't know how y'all ended up getting onto the boat without crashing into the water. But I'm never going to imagine about where this boat is actually going to take them to.
Excuse me? Where are we going?
Ireland, ma'am.
No time to kiss the Blarney Stone, you two.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that this isn't going to be so much of a foreshadow of another episode where the actual Louds go to Ireland. Then again, I can't imagine how bad that would turn out. I mean, the first road trip that they did was pretty much bad. It began bad and it ended bad. Especially when I hated what they did in the White House.
You know, since we're going to Ireland, scones! I'll grab the butter.
I'll grab the cranberries. But first, I should call my dad's.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point they're not going to talk some sense into you guys like they have been doing throughout the rest of this episode.
I got it. Yep. Well, I'm a nostalgia guy, remember? So you don't have to. Well, I was summoned to see the Loud House Critic because you wanted to ask me about something. I am asking you this. Oh, right?
That's what I'm asking you.
Oh, that's what you're asking me. Okay,
Yeah.
ask me.
All right,
There you go.
Well, since you don't watch the Loud House and you didn't know there was a Loud House movie on it, how is it that you criticize Nickelodeon movies like the Rugrats, Doug, SpongeBob, Good Burger, and Jimmy Neutron, but not the Loud House movie?
Well, oh yeah, am I still reading this?
No, you gotta tell it to me.
Oh, I'm just telling you? Okay,
Yeah,
but I'm not
that
reading
is
that.
asking.
Okay.
I just gave you the question right there, so you gotta answer my question.
Okay, is the answer on here, or am I just telling you the real answer?
Your detail.
My detail answer,
Your own
okay.
opinion about it.
Gotcha, okay. Because I grew up with, Doug and Ren and Stimpy and Rugrats and stuff like so I have a little bit more of a familiarity with it. I could watch Loud House, but there's so many episodes, and I do know it has a very dedicated fan base, as you proved. So I feel like if someone's going to talk about it, it has to be someone, maybe like you, that really has an understanding of the show and has time to watch the show, because when I do a movie, that's a lot easier because it's only an hour and a half. When it's a show, it's a lot of episodes. So yeah, sadly, it's a time issue mainly.
That explains it. Okay, then that's when we get back here.
Oh, that's when I get back here. Okay, now, if that is what you call me here for, I guess I can be on my way. What can I say? You're welcome. Funny, I just did a Moana reference, and that has a good sequel. I haven't seen the sequel yet, but I'm assuming it's good. See you around, Loud House Critic.
Yep, see you around.
All right.
And that was Pressure Cooker.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure.
So necessarily, I don't really see so much of me liking this episode very much often because honestly, there's a lot of problems with the episode itself, especially when the execution feels so much repetitive that I've seen this in a bunch of previous Loud House episodes before. And much likely, I don't see the point about why Nanagale and Clyde would have to be so much against each other, especially when these two are so much inseparable because they get along so much very well, and thus being this way with their arrogant attitude about being against one another, this shouldn't actually happen between them. I mean, if this was the case that actually happened with Blinken and Myrtle, I would have been extremely pissed off with this kind. But for an episode like this, I think I kind of seen something like this. I would consider it Interns for the Worst 2.0, Election 2.0. And because of how the execution made it feel like how they were such good teammates, and then suddenly they start going their separate ways and start competing with each other for the gold. And yet in the ending, they make up for it. How many times have you actually seen and heard that one done before in a Loud House episode? Well, I really don't enjoy so much of the episode about this, especially when I enjoy the character Nanagale, but I can't even give it so much of a lower rating because honestly, I could never hate Nanagale. And even Clyde's dads on this episode, they were too much pussy whipped about it that they couldn't even do nothing to actually make them realize something that they were missing. Because I feel like they were too much useless and pointless in the episode, like they didn't even do so much shit with this one. And speaking about that, Lincoln is actually in this episode, and he didn't do barely anything so much about it besides take Clyde's side to actually make sure that he got more customers, when really, I think he should have been so much the heart goal that he could have actually set these two straight, because honestly, he knows that Clyde loves his Nana, and his Nana loves him as much as he actually loves Myrtle. Lincoln could have actually been the saving grace for this episode. Well, there are times I can actually like the episode because I'm actually a pretty dessert person myself, because I love to make desserts and I love to actually bake. But the fact is how the way it was handled and how the execution and how everything felt so repetitive and just almost felt too much out of character. Well, for an episode like this, you may want to try to get your first burger bite at McDonald's, but then afterwards you'll just realize that you'd rather stick with homemade burgers instead.
Join the party, come along. It's a cinch, can't go wrong. Now's the time to see.
I'm gonna be honest. This was actually a pretty fun episode. It was one of the best animated in the whole entire series, and despite how cliche it could be at times, I feel like the episode puts a unique twist on a lot of stuff that the show normally does. Thanks for bringing me on to do another episode, Mr. Critic. This was honestly kind of fun. See you Christmas! Bye-bye!
This has been the Loud House Critic, and who's ready for December time?